Europa League is like a garden thing for us.
Philips Stadium is silenced a minute later. This is mental.
We have arrived in Eindhoven in the Netherlands, which is the 5th largest city of the country with a population of approximately 240,000 inhabitants. Hi everyone, a warm welcome to HFV if you're new, and if you've been around for a while, welcome back. The game we are experiencing today is only the second Champions League matchday documentary on the channel. To find out which one was the first, click link 1 in the description box below. Group B of the 2023-24 UCL, 24 times Dutch champions PSV Eindhoven are up against 7 times UEFA Cup / Europa League winners Sevilla. Matchday 2 and the first round didn't really go according to plan for either of these two. PSV lost 4-0 in London against Arsenal and Sevilla drew Lens 1-1 at home. They met not too long ago this February for a round of 24 Europa League intermediate playoff. Sevilla won 3-0 at home, and a week later PSV won 2-0 at home, but the second goal from them came pretty late, so it wasn't that much of a question. Sevilla progressed after a scandal which wasn't match related. Someone from the home crowd punched Sevilla keeper Dimitrovic. It was quite the scene. Later that season Sevilla won the Europa League once again, this time in Budapest, Hungary, which is where I'm from, so I was there of course. Link 2 in the description box for that documentary. In 1891 the company Philips was founded in Eindhoven, and with an initial try in 1910 the club in its current form was established in 1913 with the primary purpose of providing sporting activities for the employees of the company Philips. PSV are back in the Champions League after the 2018 group stage, where they finished last with 2 points in the group of death behind Barcelona, Spurs and Internazionale. Finishing second in Eredivisie last season, they secured their Champions League spot by beating Glasgow Rangers in the playoffs. They started perfectly in the Dutch top flight this season with a 100% win ratio after 7 games. Not quite true for Sevilla, who qualified to the UCL for the 4th consecutive time. They started this season poorly, sitting only 15th in La Liga with 7 points after 7 games. As you saw at the airport, legends like Romario, Ronaldo and Van Nistelrooy played for this massive club here in Eindhoven. Can't wait to experience the atmosphere their supporters will create in Philips Stadium. I got a ticket in the away section today. It will be a quite unique experience. But first of all, let's go and experience the stadium's area, including PSV's official store.
Special guest here in Eindhoven. Tell the viewers, guys, where you're from and how you fell in love with Sevilla.
Yeah, we're from Germany, but we made an Erasmus studies program in Sevilla, so we fell in love with the city and also with the football club.
Spent a semester abroad from January to May. During that time, visited a lot of games, also the Europe League games, and then also went to the final in Budapest. So that was.
So you've been to a lot of games, home and maybe away as well.
Just at home, but he went to one in Bilbao again. So
yeah, I went to one away game in Bilbao while I was in Sevilla.
The city you're from, and if you have a German team?
My city in Germany is Stuttgart, but my favorite football club in Germany is Bayern München.
Yeah. For me, it's pretty much the same. Also from the near Stuttgart, and favorite club is Bayern Munich.
I'm also from the same city, but my favorite club is Schalke 04.
Oh wow! Then quite big rivals, even though now you're unfortunately down the second tier. Favorite player of Sevilla?
I'm a Schalke fan, so it's Ivan Rakitic.
For me, it's Acuna. Just because also my girlfriend is from Argentina and she loves the player and also like his physical play style.
My favorite player is Ocampos because I like his skills and he's so offensive, attacking footballer, and I like just the style how he plays football.
A local Sevilla supporter with me here, and he reminded me that the first ever Europa League / UEFA Cup Sevilla won was exactly here in Eindhoven in 2006. How was that for an experience?
It was amazing. It was our first one. First time we were playing a final. This place here was completely full of Sevilla fans. Not as today that we are just 100, but it was an amazing experience.
Is it a family tradition that you are a Sevilla supporter and you fell in love with them, or is it a different story for you?
It's a different story. Actually, I'm from a city an hour and a half away from Sevilla, in the south, near Gibraltar.
Tell the city's name.
Algeciras. Yeah. So I studied in Sevilla. I was not a Sevilla fan, but then I was 17 years old and I started to went to the games every Sunday. Then I of course fell in love with Sevilla, the city and the team, and here I am, 23 years ago. 23 years after, sorry.
The draw against Lens on the first match day, this is the second one, and how do you think the game will go today?
Oof, it will be a tough one, but we need to win because afterwards we have these two games against Arsenal, so it's either we win or we are gonna fight for the third position.
The stadium is that way, but from here on in there are a lot of PSV supporter bars. I don't know whether they're supporter bars, but one thing's for sure, it's full of PSV supporters now. I'm gonna go there with the best hope of capturing some voices of the home supporters. Tell the viewers your story about PSV.
My dad is for PSV, and I think it's a 2-hour drive to here because my dad's PSV, me and my brother also. And now we're going only Champions League games, European games. We go to Eindhoven for the game. But normally at competition games we don't go because it's a 2-hour drive. But now for Champions League it's a big game, so then...
So you have to travel 2 hours one way to get to a PSV game.
Yeah.
Last season there was a bit of an uncomfortable experience for the PSV supporters, losing 3-0 away to Sevilla in the Europa League and then getting it back almost, but only 2-0 at home. Were you there maybe at that game, and if so, how was that for an experience?
But I was like, the away game, we played very bad. And when we played Sevilla at home, I think Sevilla was very bad in Eindhoven. So I was like, if they played like this in Sevilla, then we would have won it. But away 3-0, it's very difficult to come back from a 3-0.
How do you see your chances in this Champions League group?
I think pretty good. Sevilla is just like that last year, not in the greatest form. In Europe, Sevilla, you never know it because the Europa League, if they're good or not, they always win it. But I think with Lens in 17th place, I think in France, I think the second place this year in the group, it could be happening.
So you think you can get a second place?
Yeah, of course.
a toda parte, yo te quiero, vamos a dar la vuelta al mundo entero.
Being 7 times UEFA Cup / Europa League champions, now you're back in the Champions League. Which competition do you prefer, UCL or UEL?
Honestly, I prefer this time champions. Europe League is like a garden thing for us. It's like we are winning all the time. And
too easy?
Not too easy, because we make a lot of effort in the Europe League. Not only the club, but also the fans. But
that's
now
what we saw in Budapest as well, and like all around the season, exactly.
That's it. But we also need this effort in the champions. I think that we need to believe in that. So I really prefer the champions this time, not only because the sports side, but also because the, let's say, money side or financial side. And yeah, I really prefer to go like a quarter or semi-finals in the champions.
So you think you can get the first or the second place in this group? Maybe behind Arsenal the second?
Yeah, I hope so.
What do you think about Luuk de Jong? He can actually score against you today, but he made some great memories in the past for your club. So what do you think about him?
I love Luuk de Jong. He's this kind of striker. He's always scoring, and he has a lot of skills. Proper striker. Doesn't matter if you like it. It doesn't matter if you don't like it.
Do you prefer him or your current striker, City?
I prefer Luuk.
Score prediction for today?
I think Sevilla will win 3-2, and Sergio Ramos will score his first goal.
Yeah, we were talking about it before. I also think maybe a 2-1 to Sevilla, and we think like 94th minute corner, and then Sergio Ramos heads it in.
2-1 Sevilla.
1-2 for Sevilla, of course.
I think 3-1 PSV.
Goal scorers?
Luuk de Jong.
Former team against former team, yeah?
Yeah, of course. And Noah Lang, 2 times.
1-2 for Seville. Luuk is gonna score for sure, and then for Seville maybe City, and then Luuk so.
It's an eternity to get in the away section to the stands actually in Philips Stadium. Champions League match day 2. The game is underway by PSV Eindhoven.
Cantaremos todos unidos, alzaremos fuerte la voz para que vuelva a sonar aquel oír.
PSV are certainly stronger in the first minutes. 17 minutes gone and they are pressing high. They are pushing their will on Sevilla successfully so far. They had a few chances which actually could have been finished well. We heard the PSV leaves for a second, how it would be if they would actually score it offside from the free kick. So the Sevilla fans started to make fun of them straight away. But yeah, it was a great free kick, great header, apparently offside in the 37th minute. Super boring first half, I must say. PSV had a few shots which had hit the target, but those weren't really good positions for a shot, so they were like difficult angles. Most of the powerful shots didn't hit the target. The Sevilla supporters usually show up in great numbers. It's not the case today. There are about 150 of Sevilla supporters here in the away section because it's been really expensive for them. They already paid for the trip to Budapest. They won the Europa League there, but yeah, traveling around Europe, that's an away supporter is pretty expensive, so that might be the #1 reason for their low number on the stands. But the ones who are here, they try their best to make some atmosphere. There were moments when the PSV crowd went crazy, but the game is not good enough to have like the perfect atmosphere, so I really hope we will approach that point in the second half. Let's carry on with the game.
Before we carry on with the vlog, a short service message. You probably guessed that creating all this content abroad takes up quite much time and money. It wouldn't even be possible without generous supporters offering me a place to stay every now and then. If you have the possibility, please support my work by hitting the thanks button below the video. You can patronize the creation of future HFV videos by that with an amount you choose yourself. Another possibility for this is the channel's Patreon page, which you can see on screen and find in the description as well. If you have no intention of sending money to the channel, it's already a huge help. If you like this video, share it with your friends and subscribe to the channel. I know there are many teenager football supporters watching this channel. In case you're one of them, ignore what I just said about sending cash. Spend it rather on yourself, your friends, or buy a new scarf of your favorite team. At your age, I was told to do the same. Thank you very much for your help in advance. Let's carry on with the game.
And the away team Sevilla get the ball underway in the second half. red card to someone at the Sevilla bench. It's not Jose Luis Mendilibar, the coach, that's for sure, but someone else from the staff. The PSV supporters are going crazy. It's the second disallowed goal of the game in the 53rd minute. There was a terrible mistake from the back at PSV, and then bottom left from the keeper's point of view, put away well, but apparently it was handball beforehand. So this goal doesn't count either, just like the one of PSV, because of offside in the first half. This one's handball now, and 54th minute we stay on 0-0. 55th minute, another terrible defensive mistake, terrible defending from PSV. It wasn't a mistake this time, but they were totally open up in the back, and a crossbar. And it runs over the bar. So first a crossbar from Enesiri in a 100% 1 against 1, and then on the other side PSV a really great chance from about 10 meters from the goal, and that's over the bar. The game is starting to get heated after the first quarter, or in the first quarter of the second half, and the atmosphere is rising accordingly. From this angle I couldn't see it properly. Noah Lang pushed it past the keeper and then somehow missed it. Must have been an extra touch because it's a corner now for PSV. But it looked literally like an open goal. Hit the bar once again, but this time for PSV. That was the post, not the bar, sorry, after the deflection. 63rd minute, still 0-0. Both teams would have deserved the goal already. Now the first goal is finally there, 68th minute, top corner from close, and it was played back inside the box really well for basically a volley, sort of. Sevilla take the lead a bit against the run of the play, but it could be seen what it means. The few supporters traveling away, they were hugging me, literally everyone next to me, so great to see the limbs. And PSV have to push, obviously, because they lost the first game against Arsenal 4-0, so if they want to get anywhere in this group, they really need at least a point today. PSV missed by 20 centimeters literally in the 80th minute. 83rd minute, referee points to the spot after what was probably a rightful penalty for PSV. And Luke de Jong steps up. That's a script you have to write for it. Former Sevilla player who is greatly appreciated among the supporters, as we heard before the game. Put away well, 86th minute, Luke de Jong with equaliser for PSV, and the home limbs were quite what one expected. I can't believe 1 minute later Nesri heads it in. I'm still kissing the pitch. I don't remember whether I've seen anything like this. Got a beer in my face as well. 87th minute, literally 1 minute after Luke de Jong's penalty. A really quick and slick attack across from the right side for Sevilla. And a great header. 1-2. That's actually what the Sevilla supporters were telling me before the game, that they don't think Nesri is a good player. They don't necessarily like him that much, but he's good with his head. The only thing he can do is head the ball, and he has proved it once again. It's crazy, guys. 1-1, and then the whole stadium, the whole Philips Stadium is silenced. A minute later, this is mental. Hit the post, 90th minute. That could have been the game for Sevilla. Goal is given after a really short VAR check. After the free kick, it was headed down inside the box and then put away from really close, in like 4 or 5 meters. Sevilla's keeper touched it and it went into the near post, and we are deep into the additional time. Not much remaining. And here we have the end of the game. Finishes after a late drama.
You can't write a script for a game like this. What a roller coaster in the last third. And in the other game of this group, Lens turned the game around against Arsenal and they won 2-1, and with that they are leading Group B. Sergio Ramos, after his own goal against Barcelona, gave at least an assist today, but gave away a penalty as well later on, which has caused the first equalizer against his team. It's an honor to have a first experience like this at PSV in Eindhoven. We were high up on the stands, didn't have the best view, but it was really special acoustics from up there for sure. It is something romantic in seeing and hearing the home crowd just jump up from outside, especially as a neutral, but as Sevilla limbs just as well. I was surrounded by lovely people and it was awesome to see their energy and joy when their team scored. There wasn't a constant good atmosphere in this game, but when it got going, then it lived up to the expectation. The channel has a UCL Predictor League in the UEFA Gaming app, which you can see on screen. If you're up for it, join me via the code you see on screen or through link 3 in the description. Funnily enough, I predicted 2-2 for this one and even played the double booster on this game, so secretly I wasn't too disappointed when that last goal went in. But I gave it literally 0% when it was still 0-0 in the 67th minute. You saw me filming the preview in a hotel room, so you might be thinking, oh, what a nice life. The guy just books a hotel, enjoys a game, films a bit, uploads it on YouTube. So it's only fair I tell you now that is not the reality. Since some of you might be new on the channel after this one's released and don't know how it all works. I do enjoy it a lot, of course, that's why I'm creating these documentaries, but booking a hotel room happens once in a year, maybe. This channel wouldn't work without contacts. I stay over at friends almost all the time around Europe, and they make this large number of travels abroad possible for me. Without those lovely people, fellow football enthusiasts, the channel of HFV wouldn't work. This time I exceptionally booked the room because I was so exhausted after a lot of content creating last month, which you saw when I filmed the intro as well. Oh my god, that tired face, that this time I didn't want to put myself through even more traveling. A fancy life like that is not the budget of a vlogger like myself. This channel is a one-man project, as for now I do everything from 0 to 100%, which is what you see on screen, but also the brainstorming and the editing, which takes up to 15 to 20 hours per video. That's the reason why this documentary is released only 2 days after the game. I hope you still enjoyed it. Because of being tired, I didn't seem too enthusiastic on screen during the game, but I must say now this was a really great experience, one to remember. After the game I received the PSV flag as well, which was part of the choreo. It's a really nice memorabilia to take home with me. Thank you so much for all the interviews and the warm welcome by Sevilla supporters. If you enjoy the content, join me on the channel's social media. You can see all the options on screen. I was HFV. This was the first PSV, the second Sevilla, and also the second Champions League matchday documentary on the channel. Take care guys and see you in the next one. Bye.